Hey everyone, I have to start off apologising. I've got a bit of a cold today, so I'm a bit bunged up and I keep losing my voice. But today I've had my pump for a month. It's my Pumpiversary, and I can't believe it's gone this quickly. It only seems like yesterday that I was going and collecting my pump and being set up. So I can't believe it's been a whole month already. It's been a bit of a trying month as well. I thought that I knew it would be work, but I I didn't think it would be as draining on me. There was days where, I mean, 'cause I said that I would record everything, but there were days when stuff was going on, and my boyfriend would say to me, "Do you want to record this?" And I was just like, "No," because I was so there was so much already going on. I couldn't think about doing something else on top of that. So I do apologise. I will do posts about how I was feeling about things or different things that went on. But yeah, I did find it a lot more emotionally draining to start with than I thought I would. Um, I was having a lot of highs, I was having a lot of lows. Somebody that my boyfriend works with, who actually is on a pump, um, just said just focus on one. Don't focus on trying to get all the highs under control and all the lows. Just focus on getting one, and then the other one should come into place. So once I started doing that and not trying to do everything at once, I did stabilise a bit more and found that a lot easier. I had a bit of trouble when I was first hooked up. I think 2 days, 3 days after I went on the pump. It was my own stupid fault. I got up in the morning, didn't check my levels, and went in straight and had a shower. Um, Woke up 3 hours later on the floor. Um, wasn't good. I felt really rough afterwards. It was horrible. Um, my nurse does think from looking at where my levels were afterwards and what they were the night before that I'd gone low, and that's what happened. I'd gone unconscious. But that was quite a scary thing to happen. I've had quite a few scary experiences with going low. Um, and it has been something that does play quite heavily on my mind, and I've been having to think of, well, now maybe this is the point where I'm going to have to look into other things, but I'll do another post about my hyper awareness and where I'm at that. Um, but yeah, but because of that happening, and because looking through my journals and my diaries, they can't really find like a reason to why my levels are what they are. So it's not my car counting, and it's not what I'm injecting or my ratios. My level will be this, and there'll be no explanation, and it's just really difficult to pinpoint what exactly is going on and what my body's needs are. So I've done the like 2 hourly testing, the fasting tests. So the next option is what they did is they put a CGM on me. I think I went in on the Friday about this, and I had it put on the Wednesday. So they were quite worried and concerned, and I was pushed and rushed in, not rushed, but it was pushed through quickly for me to get this, so they can have it done, and to figure out what was going on. Um, got an email yesterday from the rep saying that it's all being uploaded and it's been sent off now to my nurses, so I'm quite excited to see what that done. But I was quite annoyed because the week that I had it on, I actually had quite good levels and readings. I mean, it may come back. That other stuff was going on in between that I don't know about with my levels, but from my point of view, it was a quite good week. Um, so it was annoying because you don't want it on a good week. You want a normal week where it can actually see what's going on day to day. Um, so yes, I'm excited to get that back. The only problem was I had a reaction to the adhesive. Um, I don't know if I can like add a picture into this video, or I don't know. I'll figure that out later. But I had a really really bad reaction from the day after. The whole area under the adhesive was hot and bright red. But I was determined not to take it off. I was like, I want to know what's going on. and I was determined this was not coming off until the following Tuesday. I would not, don't care what was happening, unless it was something really, really bad, then obviously I would, but I weren't going to take it off. I kept it on and kept it on, and it was like, my reaction was, the best way that I can describe it was like a gnat bite. If I scratched it, then I couldn't stop, I'd go to town on it. It was terrible, but I could kind of ignore it if I left it alone. But as soon as anything brushed against it, or anything like that, then it would just send me, like, drive me mad. Um, and yeah, I managed to carry on like that all week, and it just stayed like that. And it wasn't until the Saturday some of the tape started to like tether a bit, so we got some medical tape and just put it over the top just to like hold it in place. Um, Went out that night. I don't know whether it was because I was wearing high-waisted jeans, so the jeans were actually, the band was on top of the sensor, so I don't know whether it was because it was pushing more into my skin, or what, but that night it was extremely painful. When I got home and I'd gone to bed, I couldn't sleep because it's just, no matter how I was laying, I could feel it and it was painful. And I woke up the next morning and the tape had actually quite a lot come the way and bubbled under. So what me and my boyfriend decided to do was, well, I'd go have a shower, loosen the tape up a bit more, would take it off, and then just re-tape up the sensor. Because it was only like a day and a half that I had to wear it more, and I'd gone that far, so I wanted to keep it on. But with taking the tape off, it came out that the adhesive had actually burnt my skin and had blistered my skin. So it was really, really painful to take off. And some of the adhesive, like, I don't know whether it's because my body temperature was so hot underneath it, it kind of like melted or welded onto the skin. So it took about probably at least an hour to get it all off. It's apparently it's the same adhesives of the cannulas, and I have no problem with my cannulas, so I don't know what happened with that. And there's a different sticky that's on the actual iPro sensor itself, and I didn't react to that. So I don't know whether it was just the plaster on it, but I reacted quite badly to that. It's a lot better now. I think this is like a week on from it. It's still, you can still see a red mark from where the reaction was, but it doesn't itch, and it is a lot better. And the rep has like taken my pictures that I took of it, and it's being reported to head office, and they're looking into it and the reaction. So like, to try and stop this happening to someone else. Despite all this, I do still want one. As long as I can find something that my skin doesn't react to like that, I'm still really interested in getting the sensor. I think that it's good because you can't, I mean, carbs are released at such different rates that you can't always say, oh, well, do this out this long after testing or whatever. It's good to know how things are affecting you when they're affecting you, and to know when you're going high or when you're going low. And I think that with my awareness, that's one of the things that I like about it. So I am talking to my rep about the possibility of maybe getting this. I don't know what's going to happen with funding, or if you can get funding for it. I know some people do get funding for it, or how much it's going to be. So once I know more, I will say more about doing it. But it is something that I think is good, because it's all to do with having that more control. And if you know more what's going on, then you're better educated to know how things are going. In general, things with the pump I think are a lot better now. I'm having more hypos, but because I'm very aware of this, I'm testing, so I am catching them. I do wake up sometimes, or there's times during the day where I'll suddenly go high, or you can see where I've missed a hypo and I've had a liver dump. It's very, I can't really explain how, but you can see the patterns where I test so regularly. But I do think if you don't have awareness, test regularly, because that's the best thing to be able to catch them and stop things happening. I'm lucky I normally catch mine in, well, I don't know, I'd like to be able to catch them in the freeze, but I normally about 2, 2.5, around that sort of area is where I catch them. Um, but yeah, so I've had more hypos, but apart from that, I think my control has got a lot better. I mean, when I was on, um, I got so paranoid about my awareness that I ran in the 20s constantly, and I've been slowly bringing that down. And my nurses actually put on that I should be between, or my target range between 8 and 12. But I found the longer when I was first on the pump, I was mostly sitting around 12. But I think at the moment I'm mostly sitting around 8 or lower. It's only occasionally that I go higher than that, so I'm feeling more confident in my pump and being able to be in that lower normal range. So which in will be better for my health in the long run. Um, but yeah, no, I'm really enjoying it. I love it. I still haven't named it though. Pump is without a name. I was thinking of calling it Eric. I don't know why. Just Eric seemed like a good name. I don't know if anyone has any suggestions on what I should call it. My boyfriend thinks I should call it Penelope, Penelope Pump, but I don't know. I don't really like. Doesn't seem like a Penelope to me. Um, but yeah, so that is my first month on the pump. Looking forward to finding out what came back with my sensor. I think the only thing that I haven't really got yet, which is my own fault because I haven't looked or read into it, is when I'm exercising. With the pump, it's changing my basal rate. I kind of don't, because I don't know how yet. Um, when I was on my multiple daily injections, I would decrease my Lantus, or my Levemir that it changed to, which was my basal then. I wasn't shown how to change my basal rate on the pump. So I think this afternoon I will be sitting and reading it because I went for a run last night and I think about 1 mile and 17 in to it I'd dropped quite low even though I wasn't connected to my pump. And then slowly walked that back again and I dropped even lower, and then I managed to get up again, and later that evening I like dropped again. So exercise I think is quite important, so, and I do like exercising, so I am gonna read up on it. It's just I've just not had time to, and I've just not exercised instead. But it is something very important, and I will read up on it, on how to do temporary basal rates, and oh, sorry, tapping my light there, and everything. So I'll let you know how all that goes, and hopefully I'll have another month of even better success. So I'll see you later.